Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing some exponential equations, solving for the unknown. We're going to be using the ln trick and a log trick, and I'll walk you through it as we do it. So let's start with our first problem. So with these problems, the first thing that you want to do when you start is simplify them as much as possible. So with this first problem, we're going to start by subtracting 6 from both sides of the equation. And by doing that, it will help us isolate k, which is what we're trying to solve for. And it'll leave us with e to the power of negative 3k equals 38. And from there, we can do this really cool natural log trick to help us get rid of that e. So our ln trick allows us to take a term with an exponent in order to take our exponent down, as we call it. And so we'll take the natural log, in this case, of e of x, and we're able to take the exponent out and put it in front, like you can see here. And then for this problem, the natural log of e is equal to 1, and so it just equals x. And so we can say that the natural log of e to the x is x. So we have to do this to both sides of our equation. So from here, we can then simplify the left side to negative 3k. From here, you want to divide by negative 3 on each side to help isolate k, which will give us a final answer of k equals negative ln of 38 over 3. Moving on to our next problem, we are going to start by simplifying, and we're going to subtract 2 from both sides of our equation, which will give us 10e to the power of 8x plus 3 equals 6. Then we'll divide by 10 on both sides so we can get rid of that term, which will give us e 8 to the x plus 3 equals 6 divided by 10. And then we'll use our ln trick to help us get rid of the e, which will give us ln e to the 8x plus 3 equals ln 6 over 10. And so we can simplify to get rid of our e, which will leave us with 8x plus 3 equals ln 6 over 10. And now we can subtract 3 from both sides. And then we can divide by 8 on both sides to isolate our x, which will give us a final answer of ln 6 over 10 minus 3 divided by 8. In our next problem, we're going to start again by subtracting 2 from both sides, which will give us negative 6e to the power of 9x plus 8 equals negative 76. Then we'll divide by negative 6 on both sides, and because we have negative 76 over negative 6 on our right side, the two negatives will cancel and leave us with just negative 76 over 6. Now we can use our ln trick to help get rid of the e on the left side. And since we can simplify to get rid of the e, we'll just rewrite it. And so now we can subtract 8 from both sides because we're closer to isolating x. And then divide both sides by 9, which leaves x on its own, which means our answer is x equals ln 76 over 6 minus 8 divided by 9. So in this next problem, we're going to start by adding 10 to both sides, which will give us negative 32 on the right side. And from here we can use our natural log trick to help try and isolate r by getting rid of the e. From here we get natural log of negative 32. And here is where we can stop because the natural log of a negative number is no solution. And so there is no solution for this problem, or the answer to this problem is no solution. So if you see something like this on an exam, the answer is no solution. So for our next problem, it's a tad bit different, but we still use the same trick to solve it. And so to start, we have no terms to simplify, and so we'll just take the natural log of both sides of our equation. From here, we can take out our exponent. And that brings us closer to isolating x because we're able to divide both sides by the natural log of 9, which gives us ln of 1 over ln of 9 on the right side. And now we can add 10 to both sides, which will give us ln of 1 divided by ln of 9 plus 10 equals x.